Welcome. Lettuce in the fridge is starting to turn. Heart-shaped stump. Look at this. There we go. This one has chat. Here is our Stump. It was so rotten. It was rotten to the core. What's up, Brutal? What's up, Brutal? Right? Look at that motherfucker, man. Look at that. Yeah. It was rotten to the core. Just rotten to the core. Heart shaped long. That was rotten to the core. Oh yeah.
Whew, sorry, had to go fill her up. Yeah, this is the game plan. Just gonna sit here and burn it because there's nothing else to do. It was so rotten. It was about 3 feet till it hit the from when it was the bigger stump. After he cut it all the way up, a good 2.5, 3 feet was all rotted. And you see how big around that hole was before I even burnt. I got pictures of it, which I will post on here when I edit it. But yeah, here we have a nice little fire. Look, no trees. Imagine that. Huh. Oh, and I got great news. We're going to be taking out the dead tree there very soon. So I won't have to be stressing about falling limbs, trees, or anything anytime soon. We're going to get rid of all of the ones we're worried about right away. Get some more. Nice thing about having all these pine trees, right? Freaking pine needles. A lot more sun coming through back here now. Natural lighting. Look at that. The tree gone. The 2 trees. Ah, so I got you. I got you. Yep. Well, I mean, it's like $200 to have them done. This is a heck of a lot cheaper than 200. It's not like I don't have enough scrap wood from all the 2 trees they took down, and the one that was already down that they took care of for me. But good family. Had Marinos do the roofing, and his cousin, you figure, oh, it's just a friend. No, no, no. Same last name. Marinos, for the landscaping. One does roofing, one does landscaping. He'll be the guy that fills in our pool, too. 2025, getting rid of the pool, man. One day I need to upgrade and get an actual tripod for a phone instead of using an L bracket and a zip tie. But it works. Yes, this was the Evil Dead tree. This is the Evil Dead stump that was 2.5 feet rotten from the center. The circumference was like 26 or 28. And as you can see, a good half of that was all rotted. It was a good 2.5 feet. So we're lucky that that tree never fell on the house. Good old State Farm, they don't do tree services, but they'll take your money. Money we've paid them in the last decade, they could have got every tree removed and never had a problem with my roof. Wankers. It's been a long time since I had a massive bonfire that lasted about a week in the back. It'll be interesting to see how long this thing burns. Luckily, it's not by anything, so I don't have to worry. It's not by the gas line. It's not by anything like that. Whole lot of tree stump burning going on. Woo! Or for the air conditioning. Might as well get it further away from it. There we go.
I need marshmallows.
Well, I've got it on. It's recording, but it's zoomed in there so nobody sees it. Yeah, it's just zoomed in. I sent it to Tracy. Yep. It'd be perfect if that was in the front.
What?
It'd be perfect if that was in the front. Because then it wouldn't get the smoke. What's funny is if we had meat to smoke, after this burnt down, I got all that apple and cherries. We could literally be smoking meat right out here. don't know how great the oak would with that hickory chunk if you were able to do the same thing. That poor guy wasn't even rotten. I had to let that one go. Use some of that special ingredient on the wet rotted part. You know, that petro. Works pretty good. son. Burn. Burn to the ground. It'll be interesting to see the two that are behind me. Those guys. Because you can see the rock going up that one already. Here's where the limb came down. And then we got that one there. Those two got to go as well. So, we had a couple blocks that committed suicide or got committed suicide too. They got crushed by the trees, limbs. That's fine. We got plenty to replace those. Those would be some of the ones we needed cut for an odd angle. But yep, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the fun. Woo-hoo. So now I saw something. What I just threw in there was coffee. Said if you burn coffee, it'll keep mosquitoes and other bugs away. And I figured, you know what? Let's throw some coffee grounds in there. It said it didn't matter what kind, what brand, any of that shit. Why not? We've already got everything else burning. Hell yeah, put a barrel over it. Even a rotisserie, man. Like, again, it's oak. And I mean, it's rotten oak, but we're burning all the rotten shit out first. Like I said, I put some gas because it was all wet in there. I took the axe to it and busted up all the wet shit, and threw in pine needles and pine cones, gasoline, cardboard. All the kinds of good stuff you want to throw in with a bunch of wet, nasty, disgusting shit. And then a whole bunch of dried hickory and more oak and layered it in there, and oh yeah. You sit there, have it rotisserating, rotisserie chicken, oak smoked. Throw some barbecue sauce on it, probably good to go. Oh, we do got a lot of squirrels out here, I'm just saying. Frog legs, got bullfrogs. Just saying. Of course, there's always the wild turkeys. Most got those chickens, so get our own little business on the side over here. Yeah, it's kind of weird, you don't realize how much sun is blocked by a ginormous tree till it's gone. And boy, I gotta tell you, what a difference those two trees being gone made and make. For anybody watching, my main Twitter is down because they didn't agree with my comment for all the things going on in the UK. I told them how to take care of it, and apparently that's not okay, but it's all right for Twitter to post up stuff, or X. I thought X, I thought X was supposed to be, uncensored 100%, X, the X movie rating. Well, that was adult, X, whatever. Anyway, but your written speech on a platform for people that follow you and know you, and then somebody can, the bot can complain because it doesn't like your verbiage. Oh, okay, well, fuck you, Elon Musk. Frick ass retard. Fucker that wants to put a computer chip in our brain. Yeah, I don't think so. Damn computer chip in my Prius don't even work right. It's 2016. Can't put gas in. Oh, the chips come from China, so you know what's up. Well, we're getting there. Old fluid in there. Oh yeah. Keep it burning. Hell, Brutal, I might as well just throw your ass on the Amtrak and get you over here and you can camp out here with me and we'll just do this till it burns out in a week and a half. I wasn't able to come visit you last week like we were hoping. That fire goes. What's up, Cap? Yeah, so it's funny. What happened was, so we had the guys come out to give us an estimate on some trees, and this is that Evil Dead tree that scared the shit out of me for like the last 6, 7 years. And we had a limb behind me that fell off a tree I'd never even worried about, just out of nowhere. And it hit the roof. And then we had the roof people come out in 2023, and we found out that every piece of wood on our roof was saturated with water, and it basically was like a toothpick. So after we had to deal with that and pay out of pocket because State Farm's a bunch of assholes that doesn't cover any of this shit, um, we decided after paying all that money on the roof, maybe we should get some of these trees that are all over the place away from the roof that we just paid for. And this guy here, when the fella that does it for a living came out and saw this tree, he's like, this tree gotta come down now. And then we had a day that was supposed to be 100% humidity, and the next day he showed up, and then here we are today. So he saw the tree, was gone, and has been here for 2. And yeah, this was so rotten in the center where we're burning that it was a good 2.5 feet up. And I had it as a stump before he cut it, and then once he cut it, you could see. And again, it was a good, from there is a good foot down, and then 2.5 feet up. So almost 4 foot of that tree, when it was just a taller stump, was all rotten. So enough more, give enough time for the rest of that to go through and rotten out. A wind could have blown it on the house. So yeah, I'm glad that didn't happen. But yeah, I'm getting all this stuff taken care of, and then we've got the other dead tree over here that looks like a pistola, a black powder gun, depending on the angle you're at. That's next to go because it's looking like it wants to hit my garage, which that's where the gym is. And then after that, I'm replacing the roof. So yeah, that way the house and the garage, hopefully this year, will have both roofs replaced, and they have 30 years on them. So, 54 it'll be a problem, and I'll be dead by then. So, 2054. But yeah, 30 years on the roof and the shingles and everything. So, wanted to do metal, but that was about another 10 grand plus on top of everything. And I mean, I don't really know enough about those new metal shingles, but basically, by the time we're done with the renovations in a decade of being in this house, we will replace the water heater. No, we did not replace the water heater. I'm sorry. First year it was the well. That's what I forgot about. So we had, within the first year, we had to replace the well, the furnace, the central air, and that was within the first year a decade ago. Because it's been 10 years now since the furnace has been replaced. And right when the roof was being done, the motor in the furnace went out, which cost us 2 grand. And thanks to Bidenomics, each board went up $5, and everybody's like, "Oh, what's $5?" Yeah, we needed like 86 or 87 boards to do our entire roof. So what was like a $12,000 estimate, it damn near doubled. Actually, a little more than doubled. But yeah, at the end of the day, we've got a solid roof now, and I'm getting rid of the trees, and then windows on the house will be done, and then the pool will be filled in, and yeah, then we'll have all the trees cut down, and other than a plane crashing into the house or some freak accident, we're pretty much good. Got some electrical issues that need to be. I basically need the house to be rewired, but everything's fine and safe and works. The stuff that didn't has all been disconnected. But yeah. And fuck you, State Farm. And blow me, Elon Musk. But yeah, I thought this would be cool because, well, why not? And it was heart shaped. Now it's getting kind of rounded there. Look at that. Yeah. Whoopsie. Yeah. Watch it burn. Burn it to the ground. Yeah, it was really cool watching the fella do this stuff, man, and watching the guys drop the tree, which everybody should be able to see now. I did not know this, so I will share the news for anybody on the screw tube here. If you mark that it's for kids, you can no longer do comments. That's why the other day there was no comments because it was I thought it was okay for kids because again it was just a tree getting cut and dropped down. But so yeah, but that's live now. You can watch that from when they were cutting it if you want to see. It was pretty cool. And yeah, other than that, I just got this here burning for us. When we get tired of looking at it this way, we come back around over this way. And you got the heart-shaped log again. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Eat your heart out, Bob Ross. I think he would really like my view here. Thank you for lurking too, by the way. I just figure, I'm out here doing this, and some people don't have the luxury of having what I've got. I don't mind sharing with people. I love being out here. Do something you love, you don't do a day of work at all in your life. And I figure I'm still alive. There's a lot of healthier people that aren't, so celebrate doing what I love doing. If people like watching it, great. And if they don't, well, they're not watching. Oops. Hold on. Let me get to you here, buddy. Hey, Trina. Look, it's a heart-shaped log. How often do you see that? Yeah. That is what is left of our evil dead tree. That used to scare me, and I thought it was going to kill me. Hello, Samantha. Look, the dead tree's gone. That's all that's left. See, Sam, the chick with the cool accent's even checking it out. Because Trina's got a cool accent. Oh, I've even got, I think, a picture of it beforehand. But you gotcha. You betcha. At first, I wasn't going to film this. I was just going to, just kind of let it go. But once in a lifetime. You guys have all seen the tree beforehand, and the one that was right up on the house and scary looking. So, to know that it was rotten 3.5 feet, basically from down all the way up, was all completely rotten like that. And then all the way up was good. But a little bit more of that tree would have rotted out around, I say a couple years, if that. Good wind, the whole tree would have came down on top of the house, and with the roof the way it was, it would have went all the way through the house. Because our roof, I don't know how it supported my 210-pound ass back then, but it did. But as soon as they hit it, it just like toothpicks. It was gone, saturated. So yeah, it's kind of a blessing because we had a couple hit the roof and bounced off that could have came all the way through and crushed us, and we wouldn't even have known it. You know. Well, I would because I live in my office because I like being underground. But the top half of the house would have been gone. And yes, that's my daughter, Gap. And Samantha Gap is an old friend from back in the Jesus YouTube days. Digital pollution with Jez and the guys from the UK. Yeah, since I got a few of you guys here, let's see here. See, now that's my ingenuity. This is how we record. Like, shit, you not. But I usually shot from that angle, and all the dog kennels are gone. But yeah, that's like we didn't have a lot of lighting before, and just the difference from the hickory that was there and the oak there that was huge. I think that was 26 or 28 across when we measured it. So yeah, that was but with those two gone, there's so much more light now back here. Which Samantha, you've been back here, so you already know. But yeah, and then this one's next because he looks like he wants to attack and assault my garage. Yeah, this is the dog's yard. So I had it fenced in, which I took down, and there were dog cages where those were because I didn't want him getting to the pool. So I have a fenced in backyard. And then a neighbor complained about the dog, so I put up a privacy fence, and then he turned me into the county. So I can't win. But yeah, it is. And then there's the front corner, and then there's like another 2 acres that's all woods. That's all us. So yeah, it's when I mean I'm spoiled out here. I do got to get up there and clean all that shit out. But that's been there for 10 years, by the way. The shit growing out of the gutters just pops up every year. I figure they can't say that the house values went up because I sure as shit didn't improve it till now. But yeah, once this guy's gone, I'll have a straight shot, and back there's where I usually burn, where you guys have seen me burn before. So yeah, anybody that follows the channel. Yep, you ain't lying. Well, but if you look, so that one came across this way, but the guy hit it with the boom and it knocked off the part because there was that tree had the one that came across, and then there was this is literally what it looked like, but dead. So yeah, so like I have a clear, but there are other limbs that are high that need to come down. So that limb's getting cut, that limb's getting cut. Let me waddle over here. Ground's kind of dips down, which by the way, the poor ground's been assaulted. And then there's a couple other limbs I want trimmed that come up by the roof that need to come down. And then there's that long, eventually that tree will be gone and that tree will be gone. And we'll keep the big bushy one there. And two of the trees on the side yard we're going to probably get rid of. Both of these will go. That one will stay. That'll be gone. And then a lot of trimming on the sides that you guys have all seen me. Because y'all, normally I'm filming back over here. Because again, I think this is when you don't see the garage, it's actually a really nice spot. But as you see, that one can go. There's just a few of these to get the hell away from my garage. You know what I mean? And I don't have to take the whole tree down. So it won't be quite as expensive. But again, I'm not complaining. I think it's going to be 5,000 to get rid of that one and that one, which is close to the septic, which needs to be gone. And again, these aren't little trees. So, but yeah, and then, oh, sorry, but yeah, then we've got all of the Like literally. There's where I go back and burn usually. And Gap, you've been here before where I've been burning in the metal box. I've had a bunch of trees fall back here. You go to the other side, 2,500 a tree. I love it. It's still connected to the same Wi-Fi. And then my next is, and I will read everything you guys are writing here in a second. Yeah, it's the bouncing between the Wi-Fi. Give it a second to catch up. I apologize. But I'm thinking of moving the privacy fence right up to the side of the house, and then fencing this all in. It's kind of like how the neighbor has his, where it goes right up to the house. We live on the corner, so we can't do privacy fencing over that away. But yeah, that's the idea. Maybe do something over here. That way, Violet's got a little yard that'll be just for her. It's not out in the woods. But yeah, to me, I think that looks like an old school black powder gun. It's just, there's the handle, there's the trigger, or yeah. But after a decade, that one's got to go. But yeah, it's pretty quiet out here usually, other than me yammering and playing music. All right. Yep, plants. Yeah, if only it was herbs that I could use, right? Yes, you did, Brutal, and it's awesome, especially with the pine trees. Yeah, but you live in the city, Sam. I don't. And that was the State Farm even said, well, we don't do that. That was on the homeowner. You have to do upkeep and you have to do all that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how long this thing burns for. It's the heart-shaped stump. Dun-dun-dun. And it is just cooking from within. Look at that. Beautiful. Plenty of hot coals. Well, Brutal, we were talking about how you had the for heating up the pool with the copper coil and all that and the water and all that stuff. Imagine something like that, but like one of the old sweat lodges, instead of being electric or propane or whatever, but where you heated it that way too without getting smoked out. That'd be cool. You said they'd be pretty smoky by the time they were done because they'd be oaky. They'd be very oaky because this was an oak. Yeah, the barrel stove thing. Yeah, brother. Yeah. Like now imagine that because like there's two things I'd like instead of a pool. Well, three, but the main one would be like I think it was one of the camping things where they made a blow up jacuzzi like the blow up pools. It is a foot and a half down to the bottom of the stump. Because this is like 6 foot. This is, fucking stone. Don't make me do math. This is stomach. So yeah, it's, so that's about a foot, I would say. A little less. But yeah, and there's a bunch of dead shit under there I didn't dig up. So yeah, it's about, from the top here down is about a foot. And then the tree stump, when they were cutting it, because it was, before they cut it, it was, yeah, it's about to my armpit. But yeah, when we saw how much of it, yeah, good, plus that foot there, almost foot there, all the way up, it was a good 2.5, 3 feet total that was all rotten, and that circumference around, out of 28 inches, I think she said it was. So that's the craziness that happened. Yes. Just imagine Fraggle Rock. Smurfs, that's great too. Dude, there's so many mushrooms on the tree. I've got mushrooms on the other tree. I can zoom into them from here. These are edible. I think they're called oyster mushrooms. Right there on the tree. Ooh. Right there. But yeah, those are supposedly edible, but I don't do shrooms, man. I don't do fungus. But yeah, little bastards, probably the Smurfs, they live over there, right? Because they lived in mushrooms and shit. That's not that far away. Take them a good couple days to get over here. I'll probably Gargamel, except for I don't have cat, I have wiener. Dogs. I apologize for the shakiness. Come on, you stupid thing. There it is. Right. It'll be interesting because there is a lot of wildlife that we're used to out here. And the squirrels jumping from all the trees. Now they're not going to have a lot of trees. I mean, there's still a lot around us, but not back here. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. It's everybody loves my heart-shaped stump. That's what it is. Y'all get to have, look, this is it. I have to do this, right? So if I share it with you guys, you can watch it and enjoy it. You can play music or be doing something else, and yeah. It's like we're all at the campfire. And the best part is, it's really, the whole show is you guys in the chat just talking to each other, and Yeah, thank you, Brutal. And I'm out here doing something I love, and I'm sharing it with you fine folks. I got a weird outlook on life. Trina, you helped me get to this point, but it's like I'm still here and there's a lot of people that aren't, so I'm going to live every day till my last to the fullest, and I'm just gonna have fun and do what I want to do. And this is what I want to do. I'm not gonna hate watch shit. I enjoy getting on streams with people and everything, but I got my own hillbilly ass channel that I can do stuff on as well. I got you. Give me a minute. Let me check the YouTube, Trina. Should be better now. It's been bouncing between the 5G and the stupid. I'm on the phone, so the data. Actually, you want to know something funny? Where we're standing, right there in the corner, right there is where the Wi-Fi is coming out. Right through that window. So we are literally right next to it. But it was my stupid phone that kept trying to connect to the data instead of the Wi-Fi. So I had to turn that off. So it should be good now. And if I don't touch the phone and I catch the words and stuff, it won't be so jumpy. But I am going to get a better tripod because I do enjoy doing this. And the morning views, even if I just put it on while I'm out here having a cup of coffee, are spectacular for people that don't have the luxury of seeing the stuff that I've got. That I have. You know, Cyclops wants to share it with everybody because I think it's great. Here, hold on. Let's raise you up a little bit. It was too darn low for me. There we go. But yeah, it's, you know, it's some really good shots and birds flying around having fun and stuff. But nah, I just look at it this way. We're, you know, lucky enough to still be here and be able to do this. Right. I love it. What we do is after it burns out and whatnot, that's when I grab the mannequin hand and they'll be holding the machete. I keep expecting Mr. Peabody to pop out because he is on the other side of the planet and whatnot. And the dogs are always digging, trying to get him from Australia to here. No, it's still alive. Well, she said I just was thought we had to pay for it. Like when they caught our stuff, yeah, everything was cool because it's ours. Why? Well, the garage is still open. All right, phone, work. There we go. Nope, still not. There it went. Oh, yeah, Brutal. It was awesome. Take care, Trina. Thank you for stopping in. She's like the sister I never had and always wanted. But yeah, it was awesome watching them. And I was talking with him too, Brutal. And I was like, because he was by himself. So I said, well, hey, man, you can do whatever. I'm just here in case something happens. That way you're not by yourself. And he's like, okay. And then when he was done, I was just like, a master doing his craft. And I asked him questions about what I was thinking about doing for that big limb. And he said, yeah, I was right. But yeah, it was really cool to get to see him, especially when you're talking, again, sucker was huge. Huge. It's huge. Maybe one day we'll be able to share out the link on here and you can actually have people come when you stream from your phone. Unfortunately, right now we can't do that. Yeah. It was like there's this construction place over here called Townhouse East or something, and they do work and whatnot. It used to be Bud's Carpet Barn because actually it used to be owned by the people that I bought the house here from. And since I'm in the county, the neighbor has chickens, and they decided to go and bitch that he had chickens, and he said he should have no chickens because it hurts my business. First off, I thought this was county. Second off, I thought this was residential area because that's what they keep telling us, that we live in a residential area. That's why we have to do X, Y, and Z. But then why can a guy own a business that doesn't live here complain about another man's chickens that aren't hurting anything? For one. Two, Tone Dev came up with the greatest idea ever. It's like we have to have chickens for all the tar and feathering that we need to do for people that don't mind their own business. Love you, Tony. Always awesome. But yeah, yeah. So and that's this wanker over here on the other side of the property, right over there. So I'd like to know how chickens hurt your business. You know, just saying. Never heard that one before. While we live in a residential area, so silly rules, silly laws, but yet none of them follow them and penalize us. Okay. But hey, it's all that guy's fault. That guy. Yeah. Another one bites the dust. It's like a gigantic bowl, man. Woohoo! That fucker almost got me. Oh yeah, smoke show. Oh yeah. Doing on the time, 7:37. I don't know what time ETEP was thinking of doing his movies tonight, but I will be out here for a while, obviously. No, but we're down with CHT and THC. It's the thing about being dyslexic. I love cardboard. Just for the burning factor. Because, man, it'll get wet stuff. Hey, you guys have all seen me start fires with shit that's outside, shit that's fresh, throw cardboard in there. Oh, yeah, it burns. There we go. Oh. How often can you say you sat and watched a heart-shaped stump burn?
My love for you was on fire.
Gotta have fun. Well, that's $200 I saved myself by burning it. It's funny too because I was cleaning up the yard and I had a bunch of stuff that was all raked up. And then he went and he had another guy come and they took it out in the woods and dumped it. I was like, shit, if he would have left it right here, I could be here for a week burning. What I need to do is get one of them cameras to hook up out here. And then I'd be able to stream it from my computer and watch it and then stream from, YouTube from my computer and then and then bring people on. That would be cool for future idea. Because I think what I'm going to do, if this works really well, let me know what you think, guys. But I'm thinking of drilling a hole in that one as well. Drill a big ass hole through it so that it's, and do the same thing. Stuff it full and let it dry out a little bit and just burn it. Because I got a lot of those drill bit ones where it'll drill a good 2-3 inch hole. You just do that a couple different times all the way around the thing, and eventually it'll all, be like this. Well, I mean, well, not like this, but good enough to, yeah. Right? Thank you. I mean, I look at it this way. What's the worst thing that happens? I fail and it doesn't burn. You know. Yes, Stumpy ASMR. Well, what sucks is because there's electric lines underneath these blocks, and there was light on top of there, and used to be turned the light on, and this whole little area would kind of light up. And then I had all those LED ones, so the or all the posts did, but then I took down all the posts so they could get. So, but I do have that again. I do have that light. So, I mean, other than the battery on the phone dying, if I had a legitimate other camera out here, dude, I could literally, other than the central air and the occasional backfire gunshot or car going through making noise, it's usually pretty quiet out here. Except for again when I'm yammering or playing music. But ideally, if everything works out, like I said, we'll get the. I don't know if I finished earlier because I just kind of now I'm stoned. Get the garage roof done just because logically, then that way both roofs were done. Both roofs will have 30 years on, and like I said, I'm almost 50. If I can make it in my 80s, when I've been alive with diabetes for 40 years, as of right now in 2024. And I'm about to turn 49. Okay. Then we've finally gotten shit together and they gave me the cure for diabetes and the shit that's all ailing me from the diabetes of the 40 years. And, we're where we should have been 20 years ago when we were making people live longer, not live shorter. Especially with the proof of the food and what they're doing to it. So just saying. You know, that's where we should be. But because we're not and the world is constantly on fire and we don't know what's going to happen, I want to not have to worry about anything landing on my roof or any issues with my roof for at least a good 30 years. So that if we do get to that point, then I can have plenty of money saved up to take care of it and go with the metal roof. And then the next step will be everything will be done, and then we pay the house off, and then we own it. We get it. Is it a felonious title or something it's called? That way they can't attach anything to it. Hell, what I need to do is figure out how to turn this into a burial. Yep, sorry. I mean, I already do got a couple bodies out there, so. Including my veteran father, so, you know, he's out there, so yeah, why not? We'll turn it, that's it, Brutal, you can come and help me, and we'll turn it into a burial for the veterans that the people don't, you know, nobody's in the government ain't gonna pay for it, because they're assholes. I had to pay for my father's, still haven't got his flag, or the paperwork for it. Matter of fact, I called the place and they were supposed to take care of it, never did, so I just gave up. So when I was doing it, it was Trump's first term. I thought that would have been fun. I never got around to getting it done because they moved the place to do it at here in Elkhart to Goshen. And Goshen's like 40 minutes south of me, and I'm not going. It's like going into the city and shit. It's a pain in the ass. I live in the county for a reason. I'm far enough away, but close enough that everything's just right down the road. I never, ever in my entire life thought I would enjoy living in Elkhart. I wanted to get out of the state, which I did do, lived in a couple other ones, but I don't know, man. There's something about having this land and the peace and through the years of streaming with different people and having good times that it is kind of blessed. We are kind of blessed. At least those of us that have found the right people and have the connections that we have on here. Thankful for that every day. And then I have a 2-year-old granddaughter I get to spoil. So that's going to be fun. Rudel and I were talking about how to take the woods behind me and turn it into a... what were those, Brutal? Like mini Jeeps. But something like for Violet would be a Hot Wheels. Or, what are those battery power thingies. Power Wheels, yeah, Power Wheels. So, like, have a track for her, but then Brutal, it'd be cool if we had it where we could take the mini Jeeps and you know, have a little course and stuff. Because I've got those pellet guns. Imagine hooking up a pellet gun to it and you drive around and shoot a target. We'd make sure that there were barriers up so that if it went off, of course, it would hit a barrier, not. Well, there's nothing else to hit out here with a fucking pellet gun, really, to be honest. Oh, they're my own windows. Oh, there's the roof is blue. It's got blue tints in it. The new one. Power Wheels, yeah. Yeah, you got one for your niece, yeah. They've got little Hummers and stuff too. I saw that were awesome. Dude, remember when we had the Tonka trucks? Hell, we're old guys here, so yeah. So the old metal Tonka trucks that you could kill somebody with? Like, that's what you need, Power Wheel style. Then you could be out here, you know, picking up leaves and shit. But that would be for the yuppie kids that had money. We were that lucky growing up. We never went hungry though. I can say that, and It's like every generation's kind of gone up a bit from my grandparents who were in the war times to my mom surviving the Great Depression and, to where I was making decent money with Kodak without even a high school diploma. To my daughter going to college and then all the stuff and accomplishments she's made, and then now at 27 having a 2-year-old. So and I got a great son-in-law and a lot of good friends. So you know what? I'm taking that as a win, fellas. Because everything else is shit. It really, truly is, and it doesn't matter. We're reliving history with the same fucking assholes. In another 100 years from now, nobody's even gonna give a shit about what we're talking about. It won't even matter because they'll be dealing with their own same kind of chaos. Every 100 years go back, 1700s, 18. I mean, all of us were around, from the 70s on. Some pre-70s. Uncle Gary, deranged lunatic, because he's 60. He's in his 60s. I'm not gonna out you, Gary. Don't worry. But he's got that time frame that I don't. And Peabody's got me beat by 5 years. Brutal, you got me beat by a few. So you got, you and I pretty much, we're right on that same, how we, things that were on TV and all of that. You didn't pay attention to the government shit in the 80s because we were kids. But when you go back and look at it, back in the 70s, they were dealing with shit in the Middle East. We shouldn't be in the Middle East. Like, we know this now, especially after 9/11. Leave the heathens there, problem solved. But because of this reprogramming and not educating, now they put them everywhere around the world. And now look, the world's on fire, and we're just sitting there waiting. All of us that have been waiting on this day, Brutal included, those of us that have had our eyes open the whole time, waiting on some horrible shit like this to happen, especially after the Boston Marathon thing and everything else that's happened here. The real devastating, that have happened to us. Don't worry, everything's fine here because Tony Stark's gonna play Doom in a Marvel movie. Oh. You're welcome. Brutal. Oh. I can't help it, at some point, like I am not Gap. I am not overly religious at all. I hate the fact of organized religion. There's no reason we can't all gather together, tell stories, have a good time. You know, religion can be the same thing. People believing in the same thing. You know what I mean? And to me, Christians fine. Catholics about the same as Christian, just some extra weird rules I don't get. Judaism, I don't understand, but I have no issues with them. I have an issue with Islam or Muslims. I just, they've never done anything good for anyone, so why are we even in the middle of this? Yep. And again, it's just, Brandon Moyes was in the Middle East, ran into plenty of nice people. And I'm not saying, they're all bad, but I'm saying when it comes to this religion, I've never realized that our entire lives it has been a religious war. They cover it up over other shit, but it is good and evil, and we see the evil. People used to think that Rush Limbaugh was insane. People think that Alex Jones is insane, and then you see the beginning of the Olympics, and that is demonic shit. And I'm not a holy roller. So, I'm a big believer in that we're all energy. And energy doesn't die. You know, but you see the evil. You know, people bitched about Obama thinking he was the devil. I mean, we see what has happened the last 4 years after 4 years of dominating. Um, so yeah, it's a pretty fucked up experience. And again, you know, view religion as you want to. I am not trying to push religion on anyone. I'm just saying there are religions that I can get behind, and there's ones that I just cannot tolerate. And if you're okay with pedophilia and the anarchy of, you know, raping women and children and all of that stuff, then I'm sorry. Then your religion needs to be like this tree stump and eventually no longer exist. Because fuck you. Please debate me where what I just said is wrong on any level. Sure, there's some fuckwit that would try, but that's when you get the Kermit the Frog. Back to life again, motherfucker. And I thank the Emma Hillbilly enough to really love that. Guess it depends on your definition of the word too. Some people always figured like Hillbilly Jim, the wrestler, in the 80s. But, you know, I mean, we lived in South Bend. It was fine. Like, not a very big city person, but we grew up. I was fourth generation growing up in that area, and Sammy was 5. So Kyle too. So yeah, I mean, like we had 6 generations growing up in the same area. You know, it's kind of cool, you know, to be able to say that in 2024. You know, we all walked the streets that our grandparents and great grandparents and great 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 grandparents, you know, pretty much had walked. You know, and so on. But yeah, it's you know, and now my daughter and I, who, you know, for you, Sam, it was Mishawaka, and it was North Mishawaka, then it was North and South Mishawaka, and then, you know, I'm out to Elkhart, and you ended up out here too. So yeah. Other than hopefully all these videos that will surpass me and be here for the grandchildren and hopefully great grandchildren. And I tried to continue the last name, the family name, but we'll see what happens. But I can say on this date that I'm lucky and I'm happy. I got friends that I talk to Brutal every day. And Gap, it's always good to see you around, my friend. You know, it reminds me of a better time when Star Wars wasn't ruined by Disney. Same with the media ruining everything else. We all were taught those horrors of WW2 and, you know, the atomic age and everything else. We heard about it. We heard about Kennedy, for those of us that were not around that time frame, alive during that. We saw Reagan, most of us. And then for my daughter, really, this is the first presidential assassination attempt missed. So it's kind of one of those, you know, my Kennedy was assassinated on my grandmother's birthday. Your great grandmother, Olive Samantha, and your great great grandmother, Violet. No, wait. I think there's an extra. It's my mom's grandma. Her mom was great grandma. Yeah, great great. Yep, take care, Gap. And again, thank you for being here, my friend. It's always good to see you. Eventually, we'll have to do an old catch up stream. And again, I apologize. I just am not a guy with a plan. I just do shit and then grab the phone and grab the tripod and hit record. Had I thought about this, but I kind of got to stay out here and stay focused on keeping it going and burning. Hey, Brutal, if you see something when ETAP goes live, let me know because I can cut this at any time. So, because I can always jump on the link with everybody while I'm burning instead of streaming live. You'll just have to come to wrestling. Yes, wrestling. We're going to talk wrestling and horror. No. But yeah, you always could catch us over there, of course, every Monday night, 8:35 Eastern Standard Time. For Monday night. Whoa. It has been really nice weather the last couple days. I mean, it was cold the day they were cutting the tree down. Like I was in basically what I'm in now, a cutoff and gym shorts, and it was fine when they started. And then it just clouded up and rained and got cold. I ended up throwing up on coveralls and a hoodie, and it was fine. But the rain was blowing in your face trying to record. And I gotta tell you, it's a little chilly when that shit happens. Believe it or not. Oh, two things. Since the eclipse, has anybody else noticed that the sun feels hotter when you're in it directly? Because I sure as shit have. Anybody else? And I was gonna say I don't think it's hotter than it was during COVID as well. Afterwards, it felt like it was a lot. It was the sun itself was a lot cooler when it was on your skin. And I mean, for a decade I've been out here, so not that that means shit, but just trying to get other people's opinions in the last couple of years. Because this season, this 2024 season is just completely retarded. It went full retard on steroids. It's like super crack mixed with super meth. Had a baby and it was family related and yeah, anyway, you get it. Well, shit. Um, yep. I when I was hanging out with Gary, Uncle Gary, deranged, like the year prior, he and I were talking, and it was the March. Everything I think had melted, but I didn't even get yard work going, which I've got it recorded. It's on the channel here. But when I was able to burn, it's like this is the first time in my life it's ever been like that. It's on the channel. I promise you, it's in the playlists of when I'm burning stuff. You can see the dates. And the year prior, you will see when I was burning because anytime I can get out here and get, because I'm always trying to get caught up from the year before. But last year I was really caught up, and I'm not behind this year at all. The only thing I was behind on because the tree fell in 2023. So you know what I mean? Like that's, and I got to cut that up, and that was a whole lot of fun. But not something I want to deal with every freaking year. And I mean, again, I hadn't even gotten it cut up yet. Just imagine putting a stock pot right on top of that. Or have one of the kettles that hang over it. I mean, shit, there's rabbits. We could have some rabbit stew. Like Samwise Gamgee. 116.50. All right, there we go. I'll be quiet for a few, and we can just have that ASMR, brutal. With that heart-shaped log. It's either that or we're getting mooned right now. I'm just saying. I thought about moving you guys the other direction. Now I'm glad I didn't. Yeah. Thank you, Brutal. Yeah, just let me know. Okay, we're gonna DJ it up a bit. Check it out. You can listen to the nature's beat. yeah, real fast. See, here's what I was talking about. See, drilled a hole in that. And I'd be able to do, I could go all the way around to make it a bigger circumference, or, just slowly but surely burn, burn, burn. I mean, that could be a multi burn. Giggity. Yeah, without the tree, I don't know. I still like the Ash versus Evil Dead style. If I was on the other side, it'd look more that way. But... Yup. Hell, brother, I'd put the grate. I'd put the grate across it first. Be just like cooking it on the grill, except for wood top. There you go. You want a legitimate, what the fuck they call it, wood cooked pizza or some shit, or wood cooked food. It don't get no more wood cooked than this right here, burning inside. The smoke is from the wood. Although I do have apple wood and cherry wood, which would, yeah. Now all I need is a brisket, and then to have a thermometer to know what the degrees is. But yeah, it could have a very nice slow cook. And with that hole there on the other side, hell, you could indirect smoke cook this. Put it right on that other side of the wood. Or, yeah, like I said before, go right over it. Because that would be some smoky smoke. But I bet like fish would be good that way. I'm not a big fish eater, but be a way to smoke your bologna. Giggity. I did that on my smoker. Took bologna and smoked it. It was awesome. All right, documentary. Security camera. And the cartoon. Look, we're living in a comic book, everybody. I have to do this. I apologize, but this is going to be funny. No, it doesn't do it. It's a justification. It's got the heart. And of course, the other heart in the back. Giggity. But I mean, literally, man, look, I got all these pavers. We could have paved it up and sealed in that smoke and had it kept going, brutal. How cool would that have been? There we go. See what actually everything looks like. Turn this shit off. Yeah, look, see? He was saying Smurfs, right? Look, those are mushrooms. Well, motherfuckers are barbecuing. That's why there was a hole there. See, they lived in the mushrooms, and they'd go in there and do mushrooming. I don't know. And all this is old pine needles and stuff. But as you can see, it's burning really nice. Yep, you see the idea, right? Dig it all up, repave it. Again, we were talking about the greenhouse idea here. So when we do that and have this completely concreted in, then build the greenhouse on top of it. So I've got all those 4x4s. And that wouldn't take nothing. Oh, shit, I gotta shut the gate. It is cool having a micro habitat here, though, even if it is a swamp. This still kills me. I don't know how the hell this is legal. It's backwards and upside down. Look. Um, but like, sorry. Apparently, it's being retarded. Again, right in that corner is where it's at. But see how it looks like us. But it's just still upside down and backwards because this is supposed to be down there. See? That's how your fence is supposed to look. Not like this. No, I don't get it. But if anybody will please comment, is that why it's even with it being upside down? Fine, whatever. And backwards. Do you think that's what? Because this is, well, you had to get this from the catalog and order and stuff, and they sent people out. So it's legitimately like this way for a reason. It has to be. Because I would have done it the opposite way so that the people on the road would see this, and then again I did do this stuff. So maybe I answered my own question. Probably. Oh, there's the wife's lilacs in the rock garden. It will be pretty cool when I get everything done. Oh yeah, and then the other nice thing is even though there's no light there, these lights in here all work. And then before the tree hit this and broke it all up to shit, it was completely, it helped keep the bugs out. Granted, they could still get in, but it still helped. It's crazy when you see the bigger ones swim through that. But that'll be next on the list, draining the swamp. Pull those ones up, like I said. Thinking eventually it might actually level out. Maybe. I don't know. I need a whole crew to do this landscaping work. Oh. But yes, the poor oak had to go, unfortunately, to get the Evil Dead tree gone, which was an awesome tree. But I don't want my house getting crushed. Good. We'll say though that is the coolest thing, a heart within a heart. And now it won't crush me. What are you doing there, son? Some of the stuff I just added, fresh and wet. So it'll perk back up. Some of this. Yeah, low battery. Yeah. Barely get 2.5 hours. So it's not even 2 years old. Yup. Well, the crazy thing is the back half there, the pool shed, I mean, it's got power. So it would be to cap that off, have that all tore down, and then whatever we end up doing, we would have the possibility to hook up electric to it. So, and even for watering and whatnot, if I end up doing like the actual, build an actual greenhouse, not out of plastic, but you know what I mean, like the green eyes that are, you know, let the light in and all that shit. And then it would be to, you know, do like we talked about, where you catch the rainwater. Then I would have the electrical system that would then sprinkle it like what they do at the grocery stores. How badass would that be? Then we'd have our tomatoes and potatoes, onions, carrots. Yeah, I mean, just the stuff that literally all you have to do is cut it off, water it, and keep it growing. Rhubarb. Shit, at that point, man, I might actually build a real chicken coop and get a couple of my own chickens. I know it's a pain in the ass, but if I only had a couple. Gotta love it. Yeah, you can still feel the heat. I have buckets of rainwater in this pot here. I could, what I really go in and get something to eat and then get ready for the movie. So that means we will get to have more fires from a heart-shaped stump. That's the good news. And I have to just because I like to go below. Hey, you mind if I ask you a question? It'd be funny to you here. And all of a sudden, a hand pops out with an axe. Here, we'll do it this way. Oopsie. Now, I don't know if this is a good thing, but there's our well. And all the things around it are, yeah. So I would think that's a good thing, right? Very luscious. Check this out. Pretty freaking awesome, right? And the best thing, when it gets dark, there's a light on. This ain't no damn Motel 6. Now what I need, brutal, see now here's what I need. Since I've got over there in the woods is where I've got, you know, right through there is where I did that new burn pit. And we run the copper all the way through here and then into the pool somehow. Because then I could be burning over there without having to be, you know, in a little area like the barrel. But basically the same idea. Where the coils just go into the fire. Badass with that, dude. I apologize. Just trying to wrap up since the phone's getting ready to die shortly here in a few minutes. Get all this last minute shit done. There we go. No, we're floor level. Now, if it was in properly, so I can carry it around and shit. You'd be walking and definitely.
I ain't got time to bleed.
There you go. That's been the first burn in the heart-shaped stump. We'll have more. We had a flaming hot. What can you say? It's been a lot of fun. But yeah, check us out on Wrestling with Horror. And we should be doing an Andy Sedaris movie here shortly. I believe. So I'm gonna wrap this up real fast so I can wash up, get something to eat, and plug my phone in since it's about to die. Because we're at 5%. Let's see how far we make it. Yeah, the lights out here turn on and everything. See, I don't know. I just like it. I've been in the swamp. Home is where you make it. You like to see home? I was naked. Home is where you make it. Everybody know that, boy. So hopefully you were entertained. If not, I'm sure you're not still watching. Have a wonderful day. See everybody soon. Ta-ta for now.